Rise and shine, hunters. Rise. Anyways, how are you all doing? Today I will be talking about the new for 2021 Spirit Halloween news. Now, for Spirit Halloween this year, for some reason, they aren't giving out sneak peeks. There will be a screenshot that I will show right now, but this employee did say there are no sneak peeks this year that are going to be individually put out until the end of the sneak peek season and where the store actually opens. No. It's going to be a whole month until they reveal their props in a movie trailer-like sense, just like how they made the cinematic theme videos like they did before 2020. They couldn't do that in 2020 due to COVID restrictions and whatnot. Also, Spirit has this page on their website called the Graveyard Shift, and the Graveyard Shift is a timer, and currently there's about 33 days, 34 days until Spirit Halloween reveals what kind of surprise they have for us. And this timer has blueprints in the back of the timer, and today I will be talking about those blueprints. Hopefully there's something interesting. They look neat. They have some really neat ideas on their hands right here. And I'll be also talking about some YouTubers' package that they received from Spirit that reveals a return of a very old prop. Without further ado, I will now present these to you. Alright, so the first subject I'll be talking about right off the bat, as I promised all of you, is the Halloween Factory. I'm doing air quotes, you can't see it, but Halloween Factory blueprints found in the background for the Graveyard Shift timer. The Graveyard Shift timer and the blueprints background are separate images, and someone pulled the blueprint. There's some interesting stuff here. There's two prop ideas that are found on these blueprints, or at least these 3 sheets of blueprints. 2 sheets have one prop, and one of the other sheets has another prop. This guy right here, I don't really know what his point is. His name is Henry Hustler, and he looks like he's a card thrower prop. It's pretty creative. I definitely need to say it's probably one of the most creative clown props I've seen in a while. We haven't seen one that's a card thrower or a card shuffler as much as we've seen props that, hold a balloon or a bucket or whatever kind of cliche clown stuff you can come up with for Halloween props. This guy actually holds a a full deck of cards that have jester faces on them. He himself looks like a jester, which I appreciate. We haven't had a jester prop since, I don't even know when, 2014, 2015, even 2016, if we're going that far. But so he definitely looks interesting. He only has one card in his right hand and the deck of cards in his left hand. And it seems like he has 2 heads, one head on top of the other. And it seems as if it were a similar mechanism to Peekaboo Penny, which was a Techie Toys prop released somewhere around 2015 or 2016, where, she played Peekaboo, except her arms didn't open up, her head shot out from top of her hands, and, that was the jump scare mechanism of it. So I'm only assuming that's what this is kind of like, but it's a jester or a clown, and he is holding a deck of cards. Now, by the looks of it, it definitely looks like Mike Reynolds' sketch designs, and if you don't know who Mike Reynolds is, he pitches designs for clown props and voices some of the clown props and whatnot. Heck, he does a lot more than just clown props. He's really skilled in terms of his, voice range and stuff, and his sketching skills. I've seen it, look on his Instagram, but it definitely looks like an SVI prop. Definitely has those, expressed, teeth and stuff like most SVI props do. He definitely looks like Hugs the Clown, or some other mix like that. But yeah, he definitely looks interesting. Again, his name is Henry Hustler. He kind of looks like a 6-foot tall clown prop that, again, holding a deck of cards, shuffling through them, and then his head pops up. So yeah, there's prop 1. And then prop 2, which is Mr. Howl, which is spelled Howle. So this one looks interesting. His hands are kind of in the same position as Hugs' hands, and if you don't know who Hugs is a prop that was released in 2018. And he lunged forward at the viewer, trying to give them a quote-unquote hug. And it was obviously far from a hug. But, anyways, this guy, he has his arms up, and then he's probably gonna do some snarls or whatever, and then he's gonna jump out at you, and then do a howl. And I'm only guessing that because he kind of looks similar to the Lurching Werewolf that was released in 2015, alongside Lurching Zombie. And those are pretty flawed props, but this one actually looks really nice. He's got like this tuxedo on, which is quite different for a werewolf prop. A lot of werewolf props have, you know, flannels or whatever on. This one actually looks like it has a tuxedo on, which I've never seen on a werewolf prop before. So there's extra points for SVI if this even is SVI. And in the photo that I have right here, there is a sticky note on the bottom right corner of the blueprint that says "Return to Factory," which kind of correlates with another thing that's found on the Henry Hustler blueprint that says "Spirit Halloween Factory." So there's that, a factory theme, possibly, and the timer on the graveyard shift definitely looks like it could fit in with a factory theme. This brings me to something else. I remember having a dream, before, 2020 sneak peek started. I remember going into Spirit in this dream, and when I went into the Spirit, there was this huge front theme, and believe it or not, it was actually a power plant, or factory, and it was huge. I mean, there were props everywhere. There were props stuck in cryo chambers and stuff. It was nuts. I can barely remember what it looked like, but I can definitely put up a sketch that I made not too long ago right here of what I remember what the dream theme looked like. And again, it's kind of surreal seeing, all this factory stuff in Spirit a year later. So, yeah, there's that. And there's also those 2 props and that other prop, which I will get to right now. Now, some of you might know this prop, some of you might not, but this is a prop called the Wacky Mole Clown, and it was released in 2013 for the Clown Train theme. And what this prop looked like, essentially, it was this cartoonish guy. It was this cartoonish, about 5 foot tall clown prop. And he had a mallet in his right hand, and nothing in his left hand. But he had these swirly eyes, and these big green eyebrows, and this really wide grin, and his suit was neon green and pink, and it was an interesting prop. Not really one of my favorites, but I can definitely see why some people were fascinated with this prop. It is definitely a neat little concept. But there are some hints of Wacky Mole returning. Ooh. Like, I will list some off right now. Looming Clown, which was a prop released in 2020. He has these 4-fingered hand molds that are very similar to Wacky Mole's 4-fingered empty hands. So there's hint 1. Hint 2, a prop called the Candy Creep had a mallet mold behind his back, which looks very similar to Wacky Mole's mallet. It even has the little iron or metal rings surrounding the ends of the mallet. And then, hint 3 is obviously the Digitize. The Digitize being a new brand thing for SVI. It's pretty much just like Gemmy's eye mechanisms, but they're digital. They're like these little digital screens. It kind of reminds me of Atmos Effect in a way. But there's that. And then the voice actor for Peekaboo Clown, which is the one with the swirly digit eyes, and the voice actor for Looming Clown, those kind of sound like Doug Boyd. Even when Peekaboo Clown's little sneak peek or his teaser came out, people thought it was a Wacky Mole remake until, Peekaboo Clown was actually revealed. So there's that. He could easily fool people. So he could revoice some of the lines for Whack-A-Mole. There's also more evidence, like Whack-A-Mole, the original 2013 Whack-A-Mole's listing going blank for a second, and then it's reappeared on his website. Whack-A-Mole pin, which I will show right now, which is from that YouTuber's mystery package that Spirit sent them. And it's interesting. It's really interesting. I hope Whack-A-Mole comes back, because I like to see how he holds up. I like to see how they pull off his cartoony look now, without the plastic face and with a latex face like they do most of their props now. But yeah, that's really about all. Here's some prop ideas. First one is called the Pyroglyph, a Pumpkin Reaper guy, based on the Pumpkin Reaper hanging prop that I have from Aldi's in my closet. He's got a flame in his hand, and he's pretty cool. The second prop idea, based on the original Fallout game, which is called the Creature of the Vat. This, like, melted type creature guy that's wrapped in bandages and stuff. He could be hung from wherever you can imagine, and he's pretty cool. He's thrashes side from side. His mouth moves, or at least in theory, because, you know, these props aren't actually real. These are just ideas that I made. But it would be neat, especially in the factory theme or power plant theme, because I feel like the vats of goo would fit really well, or the concept of them would fit really well into a factory or a power plant. And then the last prop idea I have here is called the Scissor Man, a character from the horror video game series Clock Tower, and he is the main antagonist of the first two games, the SNES one and the PlayStation 1 version. And he holds this giant pair of shears or scissors, and I was guessing, you know, maybe this guy could have the SVI torso head movement, you know, the one that Towering Clown has. While his arms move in and out from his torso, causing these scissors to move, and causing them to close and open and close, which I think it would be pretty cool. I don't know why. But yeah, there's prop ideas, there's a theme idea I have up here, and, but yeah. So, there it is, Spirit Halloween 2021, possibilities, and definitely some confirmed props. I hope to see these soon. Hopefully we could still see them on the website before they be put into the trailer, but that is pretty much all. Thank you for watching, and have a spooky day.